Hello, how's it going? Hope you're well. Welcome to the Arcane Stream. So, I haven't been in for a week. I've been sick as a dog. I've been in bed with this horrible flu. It hit me like a truck. It was the most vicious flu I think I've ever had. And I was, really sick from that. So I'm sort of just starting to get better in the last day or so. So that's why I haven't been in. I missed the end of Summer Festival, and to be honest, I was lying in bed thinking, I can't be asked. I don't give a stuff about it anyway. So I didn't get my chair. I didn't finish it. I didn't finish the event. Strangely enough, I'm still doing pedals because I haven't cancelled them yet. So it's still, even though the option isn't there to, if the option isn't there to pick the summer festival, summer provisioning, I'm just having it on auto. So for some reason it's just continuing to make them. So as I don't do professions anymore, I'm just going to keep doing them. And then next year I'll have thousands, whatever, I don't care. So I've also made a decision, which is a bit of an announcement to make, which is, and it's a couple of aspects involved in it. I decided that I need to do my music again, which is, I'm basically a musician by trade. I do produce music, just write my own stuff, all that sort of stuff. And I've just decided that I need to get back into doing that and spend some more time with that. I've had a break from it for a while, and I want to get back into it and do it again. I've got some good ideas that I want to follow up. I'll never get it done if I don't do it. This takes a lot of time. So as a result, I won't be streaming pretty much at all for a while. I will stream again. I will come back in again for maybe new mods here and there if I feel like it, but it definitely won't be every day like it has been. I attempted to do every day bar one day a week, but I wasn't really doing that well at that. Over the last couple of weeks I was missing more days than I wanted to, but I was doing it pretty much every day, and trying to do good length streams as well. It's not going to be possible for at least a while. So I just thought I'd make an announcement to sort of make that clear that I won't be streaming. That's where I've gone. This will probably just sit there on the channel now, and just let you know that I'm not going to be streaming for a while. I'm doing my music basically. But the other thing that happened, which was really weird for me, was that let me do the. Hang on, I'll tell you while I'm doing my stuff. I'll tell you while I'm travelling around.
Oh, hi, adventurer.
There was a double thing to this.
The guild has received.
There was two aspects to this.
Hey, adventurer.
Well,
Hey there, adventurer.
we could hear them.
I'll do this, and then I'll go and do my chest, my lockbox and stuff. I didn't even collect keys the last few days. I was too sick. It didn't even log in to collect keys. Nothing. I can't even laugh without coughing. Initially, I had this thing. I need to do my music. I want to do my music. I had some good ideas for some tracks that I want to do, or at least try to do. And so that was the first thing that happened. It was like, I'm going to do my music. I'm going to have to cut back on the streaming. And then at the same time, right, I had this issue with my email. It was really, really weird. I've changed to a new email client in the last few months, and I've been getting an error. It's really weird the way life works out sometimes. I had this error where I was getting my display name for my main email was something other than what it should be. And I was going, that shouldn't be there. I know that I know the display name. I recognise that display name from another account that I've got, right? A Google account, but it shouldn't be showing on this main, which is nothing connected to Google in whatsoever. It's a totally different email. It's on a different internet provider. It's got no connection to Google whatsoever, right? So I was getting, when I got my emails back that I was sending and getting responses back from people on my main email, it was showing this other name, that it was from that person, like not my proper email name that I have it set as. And I was like, what's going on? So I contacted the customer service for this email client, who are very good, and they said it's a contact. It's some contact you've got in there. You need to delete the contact. So I looked and I found there was these other contacts there. And I found the offending one. They said there was one connected. There'd be one connected to this email address that you've got as a contact, but with this other name on it, and it's drawing that out and displaying that. So I was going, okay. So I found it, and I couldn't delete it. And he said, oh no, you've got to go into Gmail and do it there. So I went into Gmail, and I looked into. I couldn't find contacts because all I could find was the inbox. So I had to look it up elsewhere. And how do I delete contacts in Gmail? Found out where the contacts were. Up in the top right corner, you click on the icon and then you scroll all the way down to the bottom and you find contacts. They really don't want you to find them. Anyway, under the contacts there, I clicked on that and all of these contacts popped up that are from my old phone, like ages ago. And I transferred them from my old phone onto my new phone, right? But they're from my phone. They're old phone numbers I haven't used in yonks, like ages and ages and ages, and contacts and numbers and things that I don't use anymore, but they were all on Gmail, and they were on Gmail because Gmail stole them from my phone. When I put Gmail on my phone, my new phone, right, it took every contact that was on my phone and put it online in my Gmail. So I highly recommend any of you, if you don't know this, maybe you knew it and it's news to me, I don't know, but if you don't know this, go into your Gmail, if you've got a Gmail account, click up the top right, the little dots, the little icon there that's got I think it's nine dots or whatever, top right on the web browser, and then scroll all the way down to contacts. Click the contacts and you'll see all these contacts that Google's got there of you. Okay, so but it gets interesting, right? So I'm deleting these. I don't want these here. These are from my phone only. They're not for the Google service. What are they called? The Jeff Bezos, because Google, I think it's Google uses, they're not secure servers anyway, and they've also got links with the FBI and the CIA and stuff like that. Anyway, I was going, they're not going to be there, I'm getting rid of those, so I deleted every single contact, right? And then they all went to the trash bin, and then I deleted the trash bin. Are you sure you want to do this? I said, yes I do. Delete it all, right? The next fucking day, YouTube puts a restriction on my channel and goes, oh, we need to verify you. It didn't say that though. It said some of your advanced features have been restricted. We need to do some further. They said it was either a combination of one or two. See, this is what pisses me off. It's either they never tell you what it is. They treat you like some little kindergarten child, like you're misbehaving, but we're not going to tell you what you've done, or where am I going? They're not going to tell you what you've done wrong. They're going to they're just going to try make you dance through hoops to try and give them what they want. They're going to train you to behave and do what they want, right? Anyway, so they're like, you've got to you've either broken community guidelines, or you haven't got the history required, or we need to verify you, right? I was going, I don't understand what I've done. I haven't put anything in a video that's bad. I've got the same history of many years that I've had right up to this point, because what this means is I can no longer put chapters in, I can't pin a comment, I can't do it. There's certain things I can't do. I can't put an external link in my description box, that type of stuff, right? So they're punishing me for some reason, right? So I go, okay, I'll play along, and I clicked the stuff that they want me to click, and it takes me straight to a QR code, which I'm supposed to use my phone on, right? Again with my phone. I'm really against this, because I use my phone for phone calls. I don't use my phone for online stuff. I use it just for calls. I'm security minded like that. I don't want everyone knowing what I'm doing, right? So it said use this QR code, and then it started to go into, and then you'll be required to do like you'll be required to do oh, let me kill these assholes. Hang on a second. It said then you'll be required to take ID photos of ID and stuff like that, right? It wanted me to use my driver's license and whatnot. Pissed off. So basically, it's nothing to do with community guideline. It's nothing to do with channel history. It's to do with the fact that they want more ID on me. They want more info on who I am, right? Which I find extremely, I'm not saying it was exactly the reason, but I'm finding it extremely suspicious that everything was all hunky-dory for ages and ages, not a problem. The moment I delete all my contacts from Gmail, and they've got like, think that maybe I'm trying to hide something, right? That very fact that could even be connected in the first place, that they're monitoring something like that, you know? And then suddenly they want me to do selfies and do like my driver's license and all this stuff. No, I'm not playing that game. I've had this happen before with the channel when it was not a streaming channel, where they'd take down videos and they'd never tell you why they took a video down. They wouldn't tell you what it was, at what point in the video was a problem. They just leave you this nebulous, stupid, pathetic excuse that, oh, you've violated community guidelines, and you never know what it was. So I said a long time ago, I'm not going to play these games with them anymore. Like, they either provide you with a service and with a platform, and they give you this and that function and this and that facility, or they don't. One or the other. Not this. Oh, we might take it off you. We might give it back. No, we're not sure. No, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to play that game. I'm an adult. I'm not going to be treated like a school child, right? So I was like, okay, this is just confirmation. But basically, I'd already decided that I'm getting heated. Sorry. I'd already decided. Oh. I'd already decided that I was going to do my music, right? And I was going to take a break from streaming. This just cinched it. Because suddenly it's like they want you to jump through this hoop, they want you to jump through that hoop, they want you to confirm this, give over all your personal ID, which you've never had to do in years and years and years and years and years of using the channel. Suddenly, all of a sudden, it's important that they know everything about you, like your address, your age, your full name, your birth, everything, your birthday, your social security, your driver's license. No, Bob, no. Unless I'm streaming something of a sensitive nature, like something for children or something like that, or like it could double as a welfare, like working with children check or something. I don't do anything to do with kids. I don't have a kids channel. I don't do products for kids, nothing like that. So there's zero reason that they should be doing any kind of security ID check on me. But specifically, especially because of, I mean, it could be the new age thing. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it. That's all there is to it. I am not dealing with it. Stuck to this spot again. I mean, it might be very strange timing. It might be just very coincidental timing. Could be, because I know there's all this stuff going on with age verification and stuff like that at the moment. It could be that. It could be that. I could be getting my knickers in a twist for nothing. But at the same time, I think it's extremely strange timing that the day after I removed all my contacts from Gmail and Google, who runs everything, right? Google is your contact, your way into, your key into YouTube, right? And as soon as I removed all my things off my from my Google thing, because it was stealing all my info from my phone, I got to get rid of that. And now it wants me to use my phone again. It wants me to go into my phone and do ID checks and all that. No, it's not happening. Absolutely not happening. So yeah, I'd already decided, yeah, I'm going to do my music, I'm going to back off from the streaming for a bit. I will come back in, from time to time. I can't say when, but I'll come back, from time to time for new mods and stuff like that. I'll be coming in anyway, but I just won't be streaming it. Because I don't like the idea of coming in for like 5 minutes here or 20 minutes there and doing a stream. That's ridiculous. If I'm going to do a stream, I want it to be for, like a good length of time, like a decent chunk of time. Otherwise, what's the point? So I don't see any point in it anyway. So I won't be coming in normally, but I will be back streaming at some point. Yeah, lag's pretty bad. So I'll keep coming back in for things like new mods. So when I'm doing something that's sort of like new content, rather than the same old shit like I always do, grindy, at least it'll be interesting. And I'll do stuff like that. A little bit here and there. If I feel like it, yeah, sure, why not? But I'm not going to be in every day. And I might not come in for weeks at a time, or a month at a time, I don't know. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. And I thought I'd come in and do a stream anyway, because I haven't been in for a week. And I can do my dailies, do my reapers and stuff. Gee, she's got good aggro. She really does. Sooner. Yeah, like I can't pin comments, I can't. Inventory full, oh, okay. Yeah, this is the way they do it. They try and funnel you into behaviour. It's like a kind of training that they put you into. And they say, like they give you something and then they take it away. Then they give it to you and then they take it away. They're like, yeah, good boy, good boy. No, bad, bad, bad. They train you like a dog, basically. They train you like a dog. And I'm not really a big fan of that at all. I really get my back up when they offer you something and then they take it away and they don't tell you what you've done wrong and they punish you. They're not clear about it. They're notoriously bad for it. It's like the adult way you would expect would be if you did something that they didn't like or they had a reason to remove like a benefit that you enjoy in your account, they would explain to you, oh, this is why we've done it, A, B, C, and D, right? Whatever the reason is, very clearly stated. And this is, like any other company, this is what they do, and this is what you must do to reinstate it. Can you please comply with this? Otherwise, you'll remain restricted. But YouTube doesn't do that. They just give you this nebulous excuse like, oh, it could be this, and it could, like literally my email said it could be one of three things. It could be community guidelines. It's like a standard form letter. It could be community guidelines you've broken. It could be the fact that you haven't got enough history, or it could be you need to verify more, your identification more. It doesn't tell you what it is. So it just leaves you hanging and you don't know what to do, you know? And I've had this issue before, and it starts off this process in your brain like, oh, I've got to sort this out. I've got to sort this out. And you get into like this sort of synthetic panic. It's like not a real panic, but it's like a manufactured fake panic that they create in you. It's not your fault. It's like they're creating it in you, and you go, oh, I've got to fix this. I've got to fix this. I've got to get my channel working. Oh, no, right? So they create this issue, and then you're jumping through hoops to try and fix stuff, but you don't know what it is. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going through this again. I deserve better than that. You know what I mean? I'm not some naughty school child. I'm not some naughty child that's been bad and being punished by an adult. That's bullshit. I'm not setting myself up to be treated like that, thank you. But I'm pretty sure, even though they won't tell me, I'm pretty sure that the reason is that I deleted those. I'm sort of sure that because it happened the day after, and I deleted those contacts, and now it either doesn't know exactly who I am because it can no longer access those contacts that it had in Gmail, or it thinks I'm trying to hide something by removing them, which is none of its business anyway. Like, it really is none of its business, is it? Either way, it's none of its business. Because the reason being is that, as I said, I clicked what it wanted me to click, and it took me straight to a QR code and said, please take this with your phone. Like, it's forcing you to use your phone. I really take offence at being forced to use any piece of equipment by a company. Like to say you have to use your phone, you have to use this particular device that you own. Otherwise, you can't use our account. I like choices. I say I do it online. I don't use my phone. Because when they use your phone, it's turned on. Most people have GPS enabled. I don't, but unless I need it for something, I turn it off. I'm very manual and hands-on like that. So I turn my GPS off. I don't have location on. I turn it off most of the time. It's on airplane mode. I don't use Wi-Fi. I don't use Bluetooth. None of that stuff. And I take very careful monitoring over what apps I'm using, all that sort of thing. If they're in the slightest bit dodgy, I delete them. If I install something and then don't decide I don't want to use it, I delete every last trace of it after that. And I'm no one special. I just don't want all my information floating around there. I don't want them spying on me. I don't want you using my camera and my microphone as a bugging device and a location device to tell where I am, what I'm doing, what I'm spending, accessing my banking and all that stuff. No, fuck that. No, not happening. So, you know, I just like, no, I'll give it over if I want to give it over, not because you're taking it without me knowing about it, right? I'm really big on this stuff. So I was like, okay, well, they want to know my identity. They want to know they want my driver's license. They want photo identity, basically. It was taking straight to that. I had to use my phone, which I have an issue with, like I just said. That I have to use my phone. I don't want to even have my phone on half the time, right? And now I've got to start doing ID checks. So I'm pretty sure that's the reason that they removed my facilities, like they call it advanced, quote unquote, advanced features on my channel. But I've had this account for many years, so I mean, like, I think they should know by now that, you know, I'm over 18. If that's what it is. If it's about age verification. I've had this account for like a lot of years. Right? So I don't know what this is. My gut feeling tells me, I mean, I tend to be very, not paranoid so much as cynical, but, you know, I can be tending to like the paranoid side sometimes. But it's a healthy paranoia, it's not an unhealthy one. It's not like who's at the door or anything like that. It's like, because if there's someone at the door, I'd go out and fucking find out who it was. I wouldn't be sitting there going, oh, who's at the door? I don't know, going, but you can have a healthy paranoia, like what's going on, wanting to know, and it's actually a healthy thing. So, but I'm also very cynical about, like, you know, when they talk about conspiracies and stuff like that, people do conspire. They talk about conspiracy theories, like it's like the American government put out this story years ago to try and debunk it, like saying, oh well, you know, it's something that we don't want anyone like going into these stories and that, and trying to dissuade people from even using the term, like there was a conspiracy going on. So they made it, conspiracy theorist is some nut job who's on the fringes thinking everyone's out to do all these evil things when it's not true, right? The fact of the matter is, human beings are not always nice. Take note of this, right? Human beings are not always very nice. They can and they do conspire against other human beings. It happens all the time. It happens in companies, it happens in governments. You saw it in COVID. You saw it going on with that whole thing, the whole charade that was. It happens all the time, right? So you've got to be on guard and say, okay, well, sometimes people do set out to do the wrong things by other people. That's basically what it means. To conspire is to get together with another person or another group of people to work out what you're going to do in secret against another group, right? Usually for your own benefit. It's always for your own benefit, right? At some point. So knowing that that happens, I have a very healthy skepticism of like the world, and I know that they can and they do stuff like that. They can do and they do stuff like that, right? Not always. It's not always the case, but it's a good idea to be skeptical and just think, well, maybe it's possible. Entertain the thought. That's all. Just entertain the thought, because it's half the time it'll be true. It's like a 50-50 chance it's going to be true. And I just found it very, very suspicious that the day after I deleted all those contacts from Google, suddenly they want to know more about me. I mean, put it that way, right? The day after I delete all these contacts that they shouldn't have had in the first place, they stole them from my phone. They stole them from my phone without me even knowing that they had them, right? And then suddenly I delete them, and then suddenly the next day they're like, oh, we want to know more about you, please. After I've had this account for years and years and years. Go fuck yourself. So basically there's two parts to this. One is that I need the break anyway because I'm going to do my music for a while. And the other is I don't like playing the game that Google's playing. So it's sort of an incentive anyway to sort of like, it's sort of like confirmation that I should take some time off anyway. I'm not going to jump through hoops. I'm not going to do all the ID stuff. I'm not going to give them what they want just so that I can get a few little mediocre, tiny, insignificant perks back. Like, oh, I can pin a comment. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, I can put an external link. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Like, who cares? I mean, like, but you make it seem like you're cutting off all this. I can't do chapters. I do care about that. I put a lot of effort into my chapters. Like every time I make a whole effort to go and sit there for an hour or two and then put all my chapters in and put them so they're all on the timeline, so anyone that goes to see and one of my streams that's up there from the past, they can find the parts that they were interested in. They don't have to watch like 4 hours of me playing randomly. They can go straight to the stuff that they want to research or look up. So that does hurt, that one that they took away my chapters. I can't do that. And what's the meaning for that? Like, what's the actual point of that, if not just to punish someone? Do you know what I mean? Like, why? Why take away my chapters? If they're in they're in the description box still, but they've been removed from the timeline. So it's purely a feature that helps the viewer. It doesn't help me. It helps the viewer navigate through a really long video. You know. So I really was upset about that more than anything, I think. But it was sort of just a push in that direction. It was like, I've already decided that I'm going to have a break anyway and do my basically my work, you know. This is my recreation. This isn't work. This is recreation for me. But I can't do both. I literally cannot do both. I can't do my music and just streaming at the same time. There's not enough time in the day for it. There's not enough hours in the day. And for music creation, you've got to spend a lot of time putting it together. It's like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. You can spend 6 hours one day, 8 hours the next, and you've maybe got like 15 seconds or 20 seconds, or like it takes a long time. You trial and error, and this doesn't sound good, and then you got to go back. It's very fiddly, very slow. It's not something you can just do in 5 seconds and then move on. You've got to really dedicate to it, so I need that time. Otherwise, why bother, you know? And it's my music's something that's important to me because I want to leave something behind after I'm gone, you know, so I want to leave a legacy behind. So it's not just about me making, you know, having some fun and whatever. It's about me sort of like, you know, it's a calling for me, a life calling. Okay, so I've done all those. Good. Okay. So I'd already decided that I need to step back and do. I basically came from. I had some really good ideas. Sometimes you get just inspiration comes out of nowhere, and I had a good bass line come into my head, and I had some other stuff come into my head. And I was like, oh, okay. And I went and wrote it all down. I was like, yeah, I can actually make something out of this. And I thought, well, there you go. That's my little push. The universe is giving me a push to do something quickly, you know. Not do something quickly, but quickly, you know, go get off your ass and do it, you know. So I take notice when it does that. Because this is the way a lot of artists work. I don't know if you're an artist how you work, but the way most artists work, a lot of them, and the way I work is, you get inspiration, it just comes to you, and you can't choose when it does or when it doesn't. It just happens, something, just a little spark happens and you go, oh. And you just get so passionate about it, you can't not do it, you just have to keep doing it, so. So I thought, okay, I better do some music. That's where it started. And then, literally, in the next day, a couple of days, that thing with the Google contacts happened. I was like, oh, well, you know, I'm not going to go through all that shit. I'm not playing their game anyway, so, you know, this is all meant to be. So that's what's going on. And then I got sick. Then I got really sick. Then I got really, really sick. You can have that cough. I got so sick, I was in bed, I wasn't sweating, but I had the whole, you know when you got the flu and it just hits you that you got the pains, like the aches and the pains stabbing you all over, and you get really weak and lightheaded, you can't stand up. I had no appetite, running to the toilet every 5 seconds, if you know what I mean. I didn't have a fever though, that was good. So I just dosed myself up on Codral, cough mixture and Codral, cold and fever, like to sleep, help me sleep, and I just slept through it basically. I should put my music back on. But boy, was I sick. I was sick as... it hit like a... I felt like I'd actually been in a motor accident. I felt like I was aching all over. I felt like I'd been thrown around and hit, and I was recovering after some sort of violent accident. It was really bad. And just the tiniest little cough felt like fire in my throat. I was like, really severe symptoms for this one. I don't think I've ever had one so bad. Okay, so what I've done, I forgot all about, I'm not going to bother with chapters anymore either. I'm not playing their game, I'm not doing that. But I'm just going to open the Wasteland one. I'm trying to get this mount still. So no, I can sell the cobalt though. Let me put that up. Oh, I've got half of this stuff. Okay, I might do Reapers. Let's go out. Let's go do that. Yeah, I haven't been sick for a while. I usually don't get sick. I get sick, if I catch something, I'll catch it for a couple of days, it'll go away. Like, I'll have one bad day usually. I got a really good, I've got a really good, strong immune system. So traditionally I just get a cold or even a flu and like a couple of days it'll be over. But this one, like I was day after day after day after day. And to the point I didn't care about coming in. I didn't even want to log in. I had a dental appointment tomorrow morning, and then last Friday, because what is it now? It's Sunday now. I was starting to get better, but I was still really unwell. I was in bed, and I had to get up and ring them, and I had to come out into the lounge room. And it was freezing here at the moment because it's middle of winter, right? And I waited over 30 minutes on the phone, and I was like cold. I wanted to go back to bed. I was getting grumpier and grumpier to cancel this stupid dental appointment. But I didn't even want to. I didn't even want to log on to Neverwinter and collect my key. I didn't even want to do that. Like no interest in anything. Terrible. Right. Let me see what it is. I don't even know what it is. No consumables, no combats. Okay. No map combats. If somebody else is using the Scorpion, I'll change to Clive instead. Bowman, I'll change instead of Green Skull Bowman. So look, is this a hack or something? I can just keep collecting them forever and ever? Because I don't use professions. Well, I haven't done for a while. Because I didn't like spending all my gold on it. So I've got no use for them at the moment. They're just not doing anything. So I might as well just leave it and just keep collecting. Huh? Yeah, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not disappearing from the game or anything like that. I've been playing too long. I'll always be here. Look at them talking to him. They're talking to Chef Knife, right? He always trolls, goes, any gamer girls online, blah, 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 blah. They're talking to him like he's serious. Like he's looking for love or something. Genuinely fake. And I am sort of sad about it. It is a regretful decision as well, because I'm enjoying streaming. I want to keep doing it, but I can't do two things at once. So I do feel there is a sadness about having to stop doing it. But the music will win out, hands down every time. If it's between choices like music and other stuff, I have to do my music. So. And yeah, I didn't get my chair in the end. I gave up. I was like, oh, screw it. I've got like, how many balls? I've got 16 balls I made. So, whoop-de-doo, whatever. I sort of got upset as well. I'm like, when am I not upset? I got upset about it as well because like they make it so hard to get that stuff. They put it behind so many RNGs and so much effort to try and get like what should be just available to everyone that participates in the event. Like, you should be able to, if you like for an event, right? You should be able to just do it, do what's required of you, and then get the stuff from the stores, whatever is available that year. It's up to them to keep providing new stuff, better stuff, more interesting stuff that makes you want to keep coming and doing the event again and again, right? What they do is they make some stuff really, really, well, one year it was impossible to get. That was the year I did it last time. Even if you did the most you could do, you didn't have enough currency to buy it. You had to wait till the following year, which is terrible. And yeah. So, I don't like them. I don't like it. It's not goodwill. It's not like good, it's not showing goodwill to the players. So I left a bad taste in my mouth for the second time running for me. Like, I know I was away for a year and a half or something. But the second time running for me in that summer festival, I started off all excited about it and then ended up feeling like, oh, well, who cares? I don't like this. So it didn't have the desired effect on me that it's supposed to have on a player, which is make them happy. So it's a lose a brownie mark from the company. And it was boring. It was pretty boring. It's okay if you haven't got any of this stuff in the stores, it's okay. Like the hoverboards and stuff like that. And away we go. I like this one.
I relish conversing with mortals. They have a reason. Come. lost. Easily replaced.
The healer's not the best, I must say. I don't think the tank's doing that good a job either.
mortal amongst you is depraved enough to betray their friends.
wondering how the tank's going to do in the next boss fight. Because you really need the tank to know what they're doing. Else he just starts one-shotting everyone. Yeah, he doesn't know the dungeon properly. He didn't know which way to go, or which direction. So we'll see how the boss fight goes. It might be a disaster. Might be alright. It could be a disaster though.
Come in, my uninvited guests. My lemures shall forge your souls into coins and trade them for trinkets.
Watch them leave him in the middle. I bet they leave him in the middle. Look at the floor, will ya? Where they left them? It's your idea. Yeah, you don't leave the burning stuff in the middle, basically. It's the same for the two boss fights. You do not leave... If you get a circle, you take it to the edges. If you get a circle that follows you, you take it to the edges and leave it on the corners, because it's going to set the ground on fire. And then if you set the ground on fire, you leave less and less room for people to run around and move around. So it gets harder and harder for them to actually do anything. They just keep dying over and over. So yeah. Don't do that. Let me see what the queue's doing. I might do a random, maybe. They've got the vendor there, have they? They've still got the vendor. So they've still got the... Okay. How long is he staying here for? Leaves a sour taste in my mouth, that whole ticket ball thing. It says 2 minutes, so I can wait 2 minutes. Like, do we believe what it says? No. I finally sold the The what's it as well? The Infernal War Machine. Finally, after all these, what was it, a month, 7 months, having it, putting it up, coming down, putting it up, taking it down, putting it up, coming down. And I sold it for 900,000. So it's pretty good. I bought it for 300. So. It's just a little hard to sell something when people put it up for the recommended price. It was like 280,000 or whatever is the recommended price that people were selling it for. So I actually paid more. Like at the time I bought it on auction, I actually did the auction, and I bid at the last minute, and I got it for 300,000. And I thought that was generous at the time because it was worth about 260, 200 and something. But yeah, the recommended price is like 220, 260, something like that. And I had it up for 900 because the legendary one is, how much was that? That was going for a couple of million anyway. So sometimes you see the purple one going for a few million as well. But you can't sell the purple one for a few million when the legendary one is less, obviously. So if you see the legendary one for 2 million, you can't sell the purple one for 3. It's ridiculous because it's a plain amount and it's not as special looking. And if you've got one, if you've got a legendary one up there for 1 million, you can't sell the purple one for you know, more than, like, say half, 3/4 of that. So. But certainly if someone's got a purple one up there and it's only 286,000 because they've done the system advised amount and not used their own brain, then you can't really put it up for anything above that because it just looks like you know, you look like an idiot. So you just have to pick your time to put it up, basically. Just keep it down until that's sold. Wait until there's no one else up, no other ones up, and then try again. It's very high. It's very high. Oh, that's low. Normally they're 10. So no, I didn't need it anyway. See which one it is. I've got Spell Plague in my head for some reason. The Spell Plague. Toll, alright. It's usually an okay run. Even if they're idiots, it's okay. It's a nice amble.
Sure, I get my cut.
Congratulations! You may yet be worthy of dying, too. Many adventurers get tripped up by that simple puzzle. I'm glad you're proving to be worth my time and attention. Magnificent, isn't it? Centuries have allowed me to perfect my tool, enhance its mechanisms, strengthen its occupants, add to its treasures. How far do you think you'll make it before you yearn for the sweet relief of death?
Hiding so short, I can hardly see the colour.
Brains as well as rock. Not the lower levels will provide answers. This tomb was built to honor death. As many over this You should feel honored. Only a rarefied few have ever made it this far.
Such a fibber, we always come down here.
This next floor is home to some of my favorite pets. I think they'll take very kindly to some fresh visitors. I need to punish my servants who built that trap. It was far too...
Do you miss it?
It's been a while since you last saw the sun. I know the inhabitants of this room do. Descending another level. Perhaps I made this too easy for you. No matter. No one has ever succeeded in overcoming this next flaw. I expect your soul to be mine shortly. No! You cannot possibly have completed that! Perhaps getting a glimpse behind the scenes will help you appreciate the work that's gone into this studio. Have you enjoyed Enter
the
company,
fools?
fools!
So eager for the tale.
Most fun I've had in centuries. I
These devices are fragile. Unforgivable! Your feeble minds cannot comprehend the damage you have caused!
I'm sure they're stuck. Yeah. Why am I stuck?
Possible outcome!
So I'm totally stuck then, I couldn't do anything. It's supposed to be like that.
secrets remain safe at the heart of this tomb. Try to reach them, and I will ensure you favor at that endeavor.
It wasn't too bad, I guess. At least there wasn't. Yeah. When you get to the potions, when they try and run through the door, like just to hurry it up, and then it bugs out. It can be awful. Anyway, so that's it for me for a while. I just basically came in to just sort of make that announcement, and then excuse me, just do a stream. And I'll be back, but it might be a while. Could be a good while, I don't know how long. I'll be here, I'll be back sometime. And I'll be back in between, but I won't be streaming it as well. So I'll just drop in, pick up keys, do some content or whatever. But if I'm able to do a stream in the meantime, I will.
Good day, adventurer. It's done? Oh, hi, adventurer.
Hey there, adventurer.
Hi, adventurer.
Okay, alright, take it easy. Be good to yourself, you're the only friend you've really got. Take it from me. So be good. Have a good one. And I will see you in the next one, whenever the next one is, I don't know. A week, a month, 6 months, I don't know. Anyway, you'll survive. We'll all survive. And in the meantime, I'll get some music done. Okay. Lots of love to you. Speak to you later. Bye.